We're live.
Hey folks, Chuck Holton here. Sorry it's been a little sparse the last couple of days. I've been traveling a lot, and when I'm just on the road, there's not really much way for me to upload or report on anything. But the good news is I'm at Dulles Airport and I'm on my way to Greece. We're going on a family vacation over there. I've got a bunch of people from my family, and we're heading out right now here just in a few minutes to the island of Zakynthos, and so I'll send you some pretty cool videos from over there once we get there. We will be going from there to Armenia, and then from Armenia I'll be going back to Ukraine. Now, on the topic of Ukraine real quick, I just wanted to kind of give you an update. I've been keeping in touch with our contacts over there. We've still got reporters over there for Newsmax, and here's the bottom line. The Russians continue to do everything they can to destroy the areas that they're trying to take over. They are not able to defeat the Ukrainian military in any significant way, and so they are losing and losing badly. I'll give you a couple of examples that illustrate how badly they're losing. There was some video that came out just a couple days ago of a squad of Russian National Guardsmen, soldiers, who are armed with Mosin Nagant weapons, Mosin Nagant rifles. Mosin Nagant rifles were invented in World War I. They have not been made since World War II, and one of the most common Eastern Bloc weapons that there is. You can get them in the United States for like $100 at times. There's still a lot of them around, and they're decent bolt-action rifles. But for Russian troops to be carrying weapons that are essentially World War II era weapons says a lot about how poorly equipped they actually are. They have lots of great tanks, lots of really expensive missiles and things like that, but the word is that they have been using increasingly large missiles on small targets. And what does that tell you? What that says is if they're using very large missiles that are way bigger than need to be used for a small target, it means they're out of the smaller missiles. So they're using missiles that are meant to be intercontinental ballistic missiles on Ukraine, and that says that they're almost out. They figure they've used more than 70% of their stocks of short-range missiles at this point, and they're not able to use their artillery except on just right up on the front lines. That's another indication that they're losing. The United States has been giving these M777 howitzers to the Ukrainians and have been training them on a new kind of shell it's a GPS guided shell for those howitzers that is incredibly accurate. They say the margin of error for those shells is only 16 feet. So they can shoot these shells almost twice as far as the range for the shells that are being used by the Russians. So Russian artillery is only able to go maybe up to between 15 and 30 kilometers, and these M777 shells, the new ones, are able to go. They've actually tested them at up to 70 kilometers away. That means the Ukrainians are going to be able to pull up and stay well out of range of the Russian artillery and sit there and just pound the Russians into dust. When those get into real use, when we get enough of those on the front lines being used, we're talking about a very quick end to the Russian military, and the Russians don't have enough of their missiles left to strike at these M777s. That's the only thing the Russians have that have the range to hit them. And so between the M777s and the Switchblade drones that we've been giving to the Ukrainians that can be launched into an area autonomously, can seek out and destroy Russian tanks. They say the Russians are losing 10 to 12 tanks a day. They cannot sustain that kind of loss for very long. So we're seeing increasingly the Russians continue to pound civilian areas. They're hitting open fields. They're hitting the bay. They're hitting the zoo. They're hitting things that are not tactical targets. That means that their margin of error for their precision fires is way, way outside the realm of where it would make tactical sense to use them, and yet that's what they're doing. So the Russians, while they're inflicting lots of damage, it's damage on civilian targets. That's really unfortunate. More than 6 million Ukrainians have already fled Ukraine, but at the same time, the things that they're blowing up really don't have any tactical significance and are not going to assist the Russians in accomplishing their objectives in any meaningful way anytime soon. So that leads to the question of what is Vladimir Putin going to do? Because he's being painted into a corner here. And I think that there's a good chance that he uses some much, much larger weapon, even maybe a tactical nuclear weapon, in order to try to scare off the West. But what that may actually do is draw the West into an extended, larger conflict. So be watching that. I'm going to be keeping an eye on it, and I'll send you more reports from Greece once we get over there. One of the interesting things is they're also getting a lot of Ukrainian refugees, and when you look up Airbnbs and things like that in Greece, a lot of them are free for Ukrainian refugees, or at least very low price. They have special prices for Ukrainian refugees on Airbnbs and hotels in Greece, and not just Greece, in Hungary, Slovakia, in Poland, lots of places that are doing that. So pretty fascinating to see how the world is coming together to stand for Ukraine. All right, I got to go catch my plane. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you. I'm Chuck Holton.